Hi, I'm David. Usually here with Christy, but she's working right now, and I kind of want to do this video alone because I didn't want to have to feel uncomfortable about it. It's regarding my late wife, actually, and everything I'm going to talk about has been discussed with Christy. There's no secrets, nothing like that. It's regarding my late wife's gravesite, actually. Last week, I learned that somebody had placed a headstone on there without permission from me. I have the deed, I guess it is, to the gravesite, so the cemetery should have asked for permission. They didn't, or asked the people that placed it if they had permission from me, and they didn't. So now we're dealing with it. I can't have it removed. So I think that's the way that my sons and myself are going to go. It's not because of spite. Am I angry? Oh yeah. Yeah, real angry. It should have never happened. But I've toyed with the idea, not very, probably half-heartedly, I guess, of, yeah, it could be left there and possibly more added to it if I wanted to put something from the boys and myself, but it's still going to be the same stone that was done sneakily, I guess that's the word, not probably the word. It was done behind our backs, and it was purposely done. It's been done in about 2 months, about Memorial Weekend, I guess. Nobody's mentioned it to us. Finally, somebody did, but I guess I don't know. I'm sure there's no good going to come out of this probably for a little bit. I'm going to look like the bad guy, I'm sure. I don't care. That part don't bother me a bit. But the people that done this, there was no problem with them. It was Angela's mom and her dad and her sister. I get along pretty well with her dad and her sister, or so I thought I did. Her mom, not so much. Haven't gotten along with her for years. Hey, we put everything aside, kind of, and had just kind of a mutual relationship, yeah, until she tore into my sons for something they had no control over. So it was going to be a difficult situation, but if any one of them had approached me, we could have probably had a talk about this, or approached the boys. They're in contact with the boys. Nobody stepped up and said, hey, we'd really like a stone, placed there. Nothing. The only time I've ever heard about a headstone being placed there, it was done from the mother to my son, and it was done completely rudely. I don't know, it wasn't done the right way, and there was no talk of, we'd like to do it. It was just a real bad situation. But other than that, nobody said anything. Why haven't we put a stone there? It's been 6.5 years. I don't know why. Financial reasons, part of it. But more than that, we weren't ready. We've talked about it. Me and my boys have talked about it. We didn't know what we wanted to place there, honestly. And also, there was a stone there, a rock. Let me clarify. It was a rock, and it had her name on it that her cousin had painted on there. The rock, a lot of people probably don't know, the rock was actually there when they filled the hole back in. Somebody, I don't know if the people filling it in must have. Somebody had placed this rock there in it. I don't know, probably stood about this high. And it was standing up when I went back to the gravesite for the first time after the funeral. And it was, I don't know, it was that marker. And then a couple years after, I guess, her cousin went up there and surprised us. She painted it, just put her name on it, and I think a little flower or something. Nothing much, but Ange would have been more proud of that rock with her name on it that her cousin had done than anything that I could buy or anybody else has bought for her as far as a rock. She liked that art stuff. She liked that creativity side of people. Would she have been offended if we took it off later and got her stone for it? No. But she would have enjoyed that rock being there. And did we plan on leaving the rock there forever with just her name on it and a little thing? No. But we weren't ready. Obviously, mentally or whatever, that wasn't a big priority to us. We had picked that site out specifically because there was a big oak tree there that Ange liked back in our woods that looked similar at the gravesite. We thought it was just fitting, and the whole area was just, I don't know. It's hard to explain that. The problem I have, I guess, the situation with her dad and mom buying it and her sister was that they never ever come forward and said, hey, we'd like to do this. Just did it behind our back. I've still yet to hear from any of them. And that's fine. They know I'm mad. They'll probably won't call. And that's fine. I don't care. At this point, I'm done with them. I got nothing to say to them. But I can tell them this: if they think Ange would have been proud or happy for how they did this, they didn't know her at all. They had no clue. This would not have been good for her. And you can take me out of the picture, but you just did this to her sons. I rest assured she wouldn't have been impressed. But that's neither here or now. I mean, we're going to have it removed. So that takes care of the stone end of it. But here's the problem I have. I had a friend, tell me that, well, you had 6.5 years. You should have had a stone there. You didn't. This is closure. This ain't closure. A stone has no closure to this. I got accused of, you started a second chapter in your life before you finished the first chapter. How do you finish a first chapter? When you have two sons with that person, there is no closure. I mean, she'll always be a part of my life, a different part, but because I started over with Christy, or not started over, but started a life with Christy, somehow that should have closed everything. I should have closed everything up on the other side. Really? I mean, and to think that somehow a headstone's going to do all that. Maybe they wanted a headstone there. That's fine, I guess. I don't get up there very often. I live in Georgia now. But it doesn't mean that I won't get there when I go to Michigan. I try to make it a point to get up there. I haven't been up there in the last couple times, but that gravesite don't mean anything as far as her memory. That's bad memories. I mean, that's where I had to watch her be lowered in. That's not a great place for me. She's not there. I'm hoping she's in heaven. I mean, I hope there's a heaven and she's there. I mean, laying in the ground isn't closure to me or a great place. And I mean, each their own on that, but exactly each their own. Me and my sons should have had a say in this. Oh, we're gonna. It's just the way we have to go about it now. I don't know. And but to say there's no closure or that I moved on into a second chapter without closing the first one, there's no closing the first chapter. And if they think, I was told that, this stone means that now there's something up there and they don't feel like she's been forgotten. Nobody ever forgot her. Nobody. Just because we didn't go up there and to the gravesite as often as somebody thought we should have or did or put a stone there, that don't mean we forgot her. I mean, you look around my house now down here in Georgia, I got stuff, her curio cabinet with stuff in it, her mementos and stuff. I just got the garage cleaned out with all the stuff from our years. I mean, we've got stuff all over. We talk about her often. She's not forgotten. I don't know. The mindset of some people, they don't realize how hurtful they are. Or if they do, I don't know. I just, before you think that you know somebody, or you think that somebody's moved on from a death, and that you can come on in and you've got all the answers, that, oh, this will provide closure because, hey, we got a stone there now and that takes care of it all. It doesn't. That stone, and as far as closure, I don't know, everybody agrees different, I guess, but as far as I don't know, I don't understand the mentality that thinks that because you move on with your life that somehow you've forgotten about the other person, and there's just differences here. I can tell you this: Christy saved my life. I mean, I probably wouldn't be sitting here. I was done for a year and a half. I was out of it. Why Christy is the one that was able to get me out of that slump, I don't know. I have no idea. It has to be God, because I mean, I had boys that loved me, and I had friends that did everything they could for me, and I wasn't coming out of it. But this whole thing it's been a week. It's been a long week, the last week, just trying to figure out what to do. But I just had to get this off my chest. I'm just, before you think you understand anything about that gravesite, or if you hear something, if you're some of my friends and you think, oh, well, that's a trashy thing to do, or why would you do that? I'm removing it, because when I do get the rare opportunities, and my sons get the opportunities to go up there, I don't think we should be reminded of how we just got stabbed in the back, basically, and our thought and input wasn't on that stone, and I don't see any way to make that right without removing it, and just in the future getting our own and possibly bringing them in the future. But right now wouldn't be a good time to purchase a stone with them, because I don't have any good things to say about them right now. I think they were sneaky about it, and that's just where I'm at with it. And I think that people are going to think what they want. Don't care on that. I really don't. I'm not, I don't feel guilty that I remarried. I guess I was almost made to feel guilty that I had moved on with my life, and I don't feel guilty. I mean, there's enough insecurities when I first met Christy that I wasn't sure if I should be moving on, but the more I worked through that, I realized, yeah, that was the exact right thing I needed to do at the time. So, I just wanted to put that out there, because it's been on me all week. If you want to comment. If you want to tell me I'm a jerk, tell me I'm a jerk. I don't care at this point. Just had to put this out there. Thanks.